Dylan Thompson, Chase Motorsports, coach and trailer sales in beautiful Paducah, Kentucky. The beautiful sunset. All right, who is in the market for a Renegade Ikon? And let me share something with you. If you're not familiar with the Renegade Ikon, it was the flagship model. They stopped production in 2023, and this is like the top model that Renegade made. They made them for a while too. Different slide out system. All the slides are hydraulic. You can just see the interior fit, finish, craftsmanship, woodwork, you name it, it's got it. The Renegade Ikon. And this is a nice one here. Low miles, big horsepower, the right drivetrain. Very, very, very nice setup. So a little bit about it. 2018 Renegade Ikon, quad slide, 600 horse, with a 6-speed Allison automatic and 37,000 original miles. Full body paint, Freightliner, Cascadia chassis with the Cummins 15-liter engine in it. So this would be like the ISX-15. Again, 600 horse, beautiful coach. One of the things I noticed on this one too, compared to some of the more recent coaches that I've filmed, is fuel capacity. Okay, this thing holds 150 or 60 gallons. I think it's 150, which is 30 more gallons than the newer coaches. So like the newer ones we've sold have a single 120 gallon tank on them. And believe it or not, that's one of the main phone calls that we get is, can we put an extra fuel tank on that? Because you can figure, 5 to 6 miles to a gallon. You'll hear people saying they're getting 7, and maybe they are with like a custom tune or a tuner on the engine or something. They're getting a little bit better. But I tell people 5 to 6, it'll get that pulling a trailer, not pulling a trailer uphill, downhill, or around the hill. So that extra 30 gallons of fuel, just takes you a little bit further if you're trying to log some serious miles in one day. New Michelin steer tires, they were put on less than a year ago. They're in great condition. It's got good years on the drives. They're in great condition. Coach is loaded, which it's an Ikon, so you're getting, dual inverters, the big battery bank, heated floors, granite countertops. Again, the paint is like a tan and a black and a brown. The big windows, you'll see that. That's one of the things that always stands out to me on the Ikon. Polished aluminum wheels. Bad Chad and his brother John, straight out of Ocala, Florida. Been up here hanging out with us and putting some of that Florida shine to these wheels and the steps and everything. Has the big 40,000-pound hitch back here on the back, which I've got the 3-inch receiver, as you can see in there now, but I've got the 2-inch receiver. I've got a 2 5/16 ball, pintle hitch. Again, whatever hitch you want. We also sell the Gen Y product, so not sure if you're familiar with a Gen Y, but it's like a torsion style hitch. Very cool. I don't know who the inventor of the Gen Y hitch was, but kudos. Very, very cool how it works. The coach is pre-wired for Voyager cameras, so got your Voyager plug, your 7-way RV plug, and then the glad hand fittings if you're pulling an air ride or air brake trailer. I like the stainless inserts on the back of the Ikon and all the lights. Check out all the tail lights and the little round marker lights going up all the way up and over the top. Does have a 4-point camera system. So you got a right, left, front, and rear. Of course, the rear also acts as the backup camera. Does have the stainless or the rubber and stainless mud flap you can see down there with mud flaps on the tires as well. So if you're pulling a tow vehicle or a trailer, it's going to help keep debris and either rocks out of your windshield or off the front of your trailer. Again, quad slide, dual opposing slides up in the main living area, dual opposing slides back in the bedroom. Sleeps, currently the way it's set up, this sleeps 4 with maybe a smaller adult or a child on the jackknife sofa, little love seat deal, so that would sleep up to 5. But currently with the configuration for adults, You got a sofa that pulls out into a bed, like a queen-size bed with an air mattress, and then you have the king-size bed back in the back, and it's also, I think, a sleep number bed back there. So, again, 2018 model, 37,000 miles, and a Cherry. Very, very, very nice, kept inside, and just all that and more. So check out all the photos at chasecoach.com. We're going to put the price up there, and this coach is going to sell for less than half of what I was selling the 2023s for, which you know as well as I do. You know, when COVID hit 2021, there was a huge price increase in the RV industry, materials, labor, yada, yada, yada. But still yet, we were selling, the 2023s for north of 900. This coach will be listed for half of that. So you can kind of do the math there. We don't like putting the prices on here just because, when we sell the coach, we leave the video up just for privacy of the new owner. But you can kind of take what I told you there and get the price, or chasecoach.com, or call me. More than willing to get you any information you need on it. So coach will come fully serviced. Engine, the AquaHot system will be serviced. Engine, fuel system on the chassis, all that, generator, everything will be serviced, fresh fluids, and ready to roll. So what's next? Let's go through the storage base. I'm going to open those up, going to open both cab doors, pop the hood, and we'll cruise through those. And then we're going to go in and do what we call travel mode. So I'm going to take you inside the coach and show you what it's going to look like going down the road. And after that, we'll finish up with just a little interior nickel tour, we'll call it. All right. Dylan Thompson, Chase Motorsports Coach and Trailer Sales in beautiful Paducah, Kentucky. Hey, thanks for watching. And if you're not a subscriber, hit that old subscribe button and join the fun. All right, I'll be right back. And we're back. We'll just start with this compartment, passenger side. First bay is going to be the AquaHot. Now, the Ikon uses the 600 series AquaHot, which is what your new Renegade XL models are using now. So 600 series, you can see that on the label, the big 600D AquaHot on the Renegade Ikon. Another thing is all of these storage bays are bed lined. So instead of, carpet or just basic paint, you have a very tough, durable coating of bed liner material sprayed in there. And to me, that has to keep, moisture out. It's like a little, insulating factor, D all the above. I think that's the way to go. So we're seeing that a lot more on the newer Renegade models. But again, when this coach was built, this coach was probably built in 17. Its title was in 18. That was kind of a new thing back then. Dometic outdoor cooler, brand new. I don't think it's ever been turned on. The little manual and stuff is still laying in. So it's dual. It's got two sides, so you can put your beverage of choice in one side. You can put meat in one side, freeze some food, or you can put drinks in both sides, but it's dual zone. So you can set one side to freeze, one side to cool, both sides to cool, both sides to freeze, whatever you want to do. You pull the little two black knobs on the More Ride sliding tray, and that puppy pulls all the way out for easy access to your beverage. All right. Big storage here. So probably 4.5, 5 foot wide. These compartments are a couple feet deep, maybe 2.5 feet deep. Big storage bay here. Again, it has got the bed liner on all of them. Another storage bay here. Up in there's also the central vac system. So that is plumbed, where you can plug a hose in out here, or you can plug it in inside the coach. I think it's right around the fridge. Huge storage bay back here with what we call the 3/4 pass-through. So this storage, you can put lawn chairs, tables, stuff in there. It does have the Genturi exhaust, so that's like an exhaust extension that comes off the generator and goes up. If you're a drag racer, you're probably familiar with the Genturi exhaust. A lot of drag racing events, they require those. If you're going to run your generator, you have to have that. And it's not a bad idea in general. I mean, it's just getting the exhaust fumes up and over the coach versus, you know, taking a chance of any of them coming back and getting inside the coach. Another storage bay back here. By the way, this is all electric coach, so no propane on board. It heats with either diesel fuel or electricity. That's how it makes hot water. That's how it makes hot air with the AquaHot system. So no propane, all electric coach on the Renegade Ikon. Back here is going to be storage. We also have our transfer switch. You can see mounted up on the wall. Got the 50 amp buddy plug. It's always one of the options that I check when we're doing new builds. If you got a trailer that you're towing that you need to plug in there, you can. If you got a friend that has his generator die on him or whatever, he can stretch his shore power cord out and plug right into the old 50 amp there in your compartment. As you can see, you also have the 50 amp cord on the retractable reel. That's a 12 volt reel. You just press the either release or retract button there. It's about 32 foot of cord. You can see I've got it ran here and plugged into our outlet over there on the ground. So storage plus transfer switch and reel and buddy plug back there. 12.5 Onan diesel generators. So this generator runs off of the fuel that's on board on the coach. So you don't have to fill a separate tank or don't have to put, you know, there's not a separate like gas tank or propane or anything. You just fill the coach up, and if you've got fuel to go down the road, you've got fuel for the generator. So 12,500 kW, huge generator, 1,700 hours, and just now sitting on a fresh service. Over here's the wet base. So this is where you're going to put water in the coach. This is a spray away hose that's included. Anyways, you'll stretch out this white hose here, and you'll hook it up to your hydrant, turn it on. You'll either put this green valve down to fill your tanks. So there's 150 gallons of fresh water under the bed. It's two 75-gallon tanks. So you'll, again, put water pressure to this hose. It stretches out. Turn it to there to fill the tank, or go up for city water. So if you're just wanting to take water pressure from your shop or your campground or your house, you'll go to here, and you don't even have to turn the water pump on. It'll just use the pressure you're putting in the hose. Go there. Flow jets. So you got, it does have an onboard macerator pump for the sewer. So that's the switch there. Low point drain, pressurized water spigot. This guy here plugs in here. So there's a spray away. It looks like an air chuck fitting, but if you turn the water pump on, and connect your hose there, this blue spray away hose got like a little fitting, kind of, again, looks like an air chuck fitting. It'll connect there. Got a little water sprayer. Like the sea level down here, you can see battery voltage, fresh tank, gray and black tank levels. Does have the whole house water filter, so that's what the blue canister is there, and we'll make sure that a new filter gets put in there. Does have the black tank flush. That's what this little port is. There's your black tank dump, gray tank dump, and then your retract and release for the hose. So the hose is 25 feet, I believe, and you can stretch that out and fill her up. 75 gallons of black, 75 gallons of gray. Again, it has currently has the 3-inch hose hooked up. The previous owner said that the macerator pump went bad. So guess what? There is a brand new one right there. We just got to put it on. Haven't done that yet. But the good thing is the way Renegade plumbs all coaches is if the macerator pump happens to go bad, you can see what this previous owner did. He went to plan B, which is hooking in the old reliable stinky slinky. I heard it called that one time and I thought that was too funny, but basically it's your 3-inch old conventional, you know, basic sewer hose. But we are going to hook the macerator back up. There's a brand new one down there and that will be installed. Next compartment up, huge hydraulic pump. Okay, that is for the HWH hydraulic system. Basically that runs all the slides, runs the leveling system. Over to your left, you got 2 big Outback inverters. I believe they're about 3,000 watt apiece. Again, with the Ikon, that was a big deal back then, was the inverters. One of the inverters will run the middle roof air as you go down the road without running the generator. So saves lots of hours as you're traveling. And keep in mind, this coach has 3 15,000 BTU roof airs. Yes, it will freeze you out midsummer when it's 100 degrees out, okay? But going down the road, you might just be able to run the middle one off of your inverter, which is off this big battery bank over here, and not have to run the generator. But if it's hot out, fire the generator up. Run all 3. It's not going to hurt anything. It's going to put a few hours on the generator, and it's going to burn a little bit of your diesel fuel, but again, oh well, right? But if you get to your destination or you're traveling down the road and you think just the middle roof air running by itself will keep the temp down where you want it, turn the inverter on, fire that middle roof air up, no generator, boom, bang, done, okay? Back there on the back wall, you can see it's got a Go Power battery solar charging system. So that's the meter back there. Right now it says our batteries are pretty much full, 12.7 volts. Up here, big battery bank, okay? So you got 4 of the AGM 8D batteries across the bottom. Huge battery bank. Those are also brand new. Were just installed by the previous owner. Then you got the Alliance. See the yellow and blue label kind of in the upper left? That is the engine starting batteries. They're also brand new. They were just recently installed. So we have new steer tires, new starting batteries for the chassis, and brand new house batteries. Over there, some disconnects. Not a lot of stuff you need down here. That's your actual 12-volt disconnect that you press over by the entry door that I'll show you. Looking in the cab, let's verify these fuel tanks. We've got a 70 here, and I'm pretty sure there was an 80 on the other side. I'm going to walk over here and look while I'm thinking about it. So 70 and 80 is going to be 150, and I think that's what it was. Yep, 70 and 80. So we have 150 gallons of fuel on board. Guys, that's huge. Again, that's 30 more gallons than the newer coaches have. They have a single 120. DEF fluid, again, 70 gallons of diesel here. DEF fluid's probably 15, 20-gallon tank there on the DEF, then 80 gallons of diesel on the other side. Freightliner Cascadia, I always brag on these guys. Very clean interiors. I love how when they do the full body paint, they paint the, they jam out the door jambs. Let's call it that. Massage seats, by the way, heated massage seats in the Ikon, 37,602 miles. You do have smart steering wheel with your cruise control and stuff. Engine brakes up here, you can activate that. The old trucker courtesy marker light buttons there. So if you need to squeeze in a tight spot and they give you a little room, you can hit them with that little thank you with a marker interrupter. Has the in-dash navigation, Bluetooth stereo system, Allison 6-speed automatic transmission, so that's your control for that. You can see where you can flip back and forth from trailer to truck cam if you got a camera on your trailer. Has heated mirrors, locking differentials, has your air dump over here. If you're familiar with these trucks, you know the red and the yellow there for your parking brake. Does come factory equipped too with a Kurt reflex brake controller. So if you're pulling a trailer, that's a common question that we get. Someone will call and go, hey, I'm pulling a trailer with electric brakes. Are the Renegades, factory set up with an electric brake controller? And the answer is yes. And there it is. Both sets of original keys, I've got those. Go ahead and look at the engine while we're over here. Frame, everything underneath this coach is just as clean as the outside. Again, the big Cummins ISX 15. Everything just recently serviced on it. So new fuel filter, new oil filter, new water separator. Everything ready to roll. Has your factory tow hooks. That's a nice thing that hopefully you don't need, but if you do need, it's very nice to have. You can just see how the paint, that's the original motor in this thing. Even looking down in there at how clean the red and everything is on it. Very, very, very nice shape. It's been well taken care of. Over here, another look at the cab from the passenger side. Here's your heated seat controls. So you got looks like a low range, middle's off, high range is up. And the both seats swivel too. So I'll have, as we go inside here in a little bit, I'll have Lauren put a picture on the screen of both of them spun around, but they both spin around and give you, basically 2 more seats in the living area. So nice to have that. It does have the privacy curtain that also goes around the window. So if you get to where you're going, it comes with that. And I've seen down in one of the belly compartments, and I actually see the Velcro on here on the windows. It has they're not Magna shades, but something similar to that to block the heat and keep the cab cooler while you're sitting. Little view from the command center, we call it. But anyways, cab, carpet, you can just tell that it's been very, very, very well maintained. Nice seats too. I like those are Villa, I believe, is what the furniture is in the coach, and I think the cab seats are the same. So 600 aqua hot, outdoor cooler, outdoor entertainment. We did not show you that. So Samsung TV out here with a Bose soundbar. You see I've got it on, just running live air TV on that right now. So quad slide, keyless entry, huge awning. That awning's one of the Zip Ds. I'll run it out here in just a minute, and you can see it goes from the back all the way up here to the cab. So any questions, again, give me a call. Financing available. We do accept trade-ins. We deliver nationwide. We are coast to coast. We're all over the place. So appreciate you watching. If you've made it this far in the video, very, very much appreciated. And I'm going to close everything up, and then we're going to go in and do what we call travel mode. I'll show you what the coach looks like as you're traveling down the road, and then it's time to bump those slides out and take a tour of the inside with it all opened up. So I'll be right back. All right, got the side entry door. Something else on the Ikon, they use like a nicer grade of steps compared to the other models when they were building. All tile, so all porcelain tile entry, makes it very easy to clean and maintain. All right, so quad slide. Now the benefit of the quad slide is when you get to where you're going and you open it up, you have oodles and boodles of room. The only negative is in travel mode, it's a little snug. So probably 15, 16 inches here between the kitchen sink and countertop and the edge of the dinette table. Gets a little bigger in here. I'm going to say a couple feet at least. Probably the tightest spot's right here between the love seat and the sofa. You got, I don't know, 8, 9 inches through here. I mean, I can walk through here. I can access the cab. So let's say I'm sitting here in the seat and I get up and want to go back towards the bedroom. 6 to 8 inches, 6 to 8 inches, couple feet. It's a little narrow, I don't know, 12 to 15 here between, again, the countertop and the edge of the dinette. But then once you clear that, it's open. So you can access your fridge, grab a drink, grab a snack, a sandwich. Go on back here, you can access the half bath. So if you need to use the restroom, wash your hands, whatever, and then, you know, the master bedroom is there. You can actually get on the bed going down the road. So anyways, that's just a brief overview of travel mode. I always like showing you that because occasionally I used to miss that, and that is the first question. Hey, can you send me a video of, you know, slides in, kind of what kind of room we're looking at? So, all right, let me bump the slides out. I'm going to run the awning out. It's time to give you the nickel tour of the interior. All right, hang around. I'll be right back. An Ikon with a sunset. Nice. All right, slides are out. Got the outdoor cooler, outdoor entertainment doors open. I always play the kids channels. You probably noticed that because the colors are just pop. So got the big awning. Again, that thing's probably every bit of 30 foot long, 32 foot long. It's big. You see on the slide outs how they paint them, you know, all the way around. And these slides, I don't know if you noticed earlier, but they are hydraulic. They're HWH brand. But one of the big things is they are flush. So when the slide goes in, the slide, like the corners of the slide is like a radius. Okay, so it's round. And then this part is like flush with this part. Very, very clean look. Check out that Dometic. Like I said, the original manual, I don't think it's ever been used from the looks of it. Tires are in great shape. Steers are new. Drives are really good. A view there. Then over here, again, 2 slides over here on the driver's side. So opposing slides in the bedroom. Look at the paint. Very slick. I'm typically not much of a brown person, but I would go for this. I like it. Very, very clean. Big windows. Has the LED projection headlights, factory headlights in it. All right, so we have completed that. Keyless entry, by the way, we'll set this code for you. We just need a 5-digit code. We'll set that. You also have a key fob, but it's easier just to use that. Then you don't have to pack around the fob, right? All right, here we go. So inside the coach, I'll start out by telling you, you know, a couple of things that make the Ikon. Big windows, tall interior. Okay, you'll see how big those windows are. Now, you do lose, you know, sometimes you'll have like overhead cabinets above the windows, so you do lose those. when you do the taller windows, but I think the big windows just make her friggin' pop. Okay, so come in middle entry coach, so mid-entry, bath and a half floor plan. You come in, turn to the right, you're going to have your kitchen. All granite, has the covers, the big heavy-duty covers. You can see there's 4 pieces there. They put in 4 pieces, I think, so you can carry them or handle them. They're heavy. Tiled backsplash, granite countertops, 2-burner, true induction cooktop. By the way, we're going to throw in a free 10-piece stainless true induction brand cookware set. So whoever buys the coach, just remind me. Normally I remember, but occasionally I forget. So just remind me. I will hook you up. Samsung convection microwave oven. So you can, as I say, nook a hot dog, or you can bake a birthday cake in it. Either way. Has the Fisher-Paykel dish drawer, so if you need to run a load of dishes, it's got that. Nice cabinetry throughout. Like everything they do is just clean, very nice, all dovetailed. You can see all the drawers, all dovetailed. The glides are expensive. Like you can just tell they use a Renegade in general. I'm not just saying on the Ikon, but Renegade as a company just uses better grade materials. Little pantry drawer here. Everything's touchscreen from your lights to your slides to your shades. Power day and night shades. You see all your controls for your thermostat all integrated into that system. Now, the TV is behind here, so you can, have the big window, which I recommend while you're driving down the road. If you want to look over your right shoulder, the TV needs to be down. But I've seen some people want to watch TV going down the road. So, dad's driving, mom's sitting over here on the couch. She's turned this way. She wants to watch her show. So, hey, no problem. By the way, before I forget, we are installing Starlink on a bunch of these. So, you can do in-motion satellite and get like DirecTV or Dish Network. But the new thing is the Starlink. It's basically Wi-Fi, wireless satellite internet. We can link your phones to it. We can link the TVs to it. And you'll have high-powered wireless going down the road. So this is the little sofa love seat. So it does fold in to a jackknife setup, so a small adult could curl up there, or a little kid or whatever could sleep there. So one person there, 2 people here on the sofa that turns into a bed, and then 2 people back in the master. Little view of the cab. Like I was saying, the carpet's in great condition. Both of these seats are air ride. Both of them are heated. Both of them have massage, and they both spin around. So Lauren, go ahead and put that photo up there if you don't mind of what the seats look like turned around. And then pop them a photo up there of what the the privacy curtain looks like closed up. It blocks the windows pretty much completely. Okay, so over here on the driver's side, big slide out over here. I'm going to say 16, 18 feet probably in length. You have a sofa that seats 3 people comfortably, turns into a bed with an air mattress for 2. Includes a matching ottoman. I like that. A wide ottoman too. It's kind of different to see them that wide, and there's storage in there. So this lifts up. I can kind of do it. Yeah, just basically a little storage area. Nice to have. Dinette, all Villa furniture. I know I said that earlier, but I want to remind you, very high quality furniture by Villa with a matching countertop. Both sets of keys are with it. There's one set here. There's one set in the ignition. Chassis manuals, engine manual, Cummins for the generator manual, all the original remotes, and all of the house manuals. So that's like the microwave manual, the TV manual, the refrigerator manual. Has a Samsung residential fridge. So the French door on the top with a built-in ice and water. And then you've got the pull-out freezer down there on the bottom. There's where your central vac will hook up. So the central vac system's outside. The hose kit for that is in this drawer right here under the dinette. Again, mid-entry, we looked at that earlier. Got some cabinets above it. That is a shade too, so that door does have a window on it. You just got to lift the shade. Bath and a half, so here's your half bath. Little sink vanity, again, all matching countertops throughout. A simple medicine cabinet with a mirror and some nice lighting. Tecma toilets throughout, so that is a electric flush. Does have the washer and dryer, so as I spin around, we're back looking at the driver's side. Washing machine on the bottom by Splendid, and then the dryer, matching dryer on the top. Those are removable, so if you'd rather have just some more storage, we can do that as well. This is cool. So pull out like little pantry area there. You can see above here is going to be your 12-volt fuses. Everything's labeled, very neat, resettable breakers on the 12-volt system, and then your 120-volt big breakers for your inverter side, and the main power feed are down there. Sliding pocket doors that separate the master from the main living area, so those go over. By the way, high gloss finish on the cabinets. I don't know if you can see that, but it looks like clear coated, but I like the high gloss. Over here, which is going to be, we're back looking at the driver's side. You have another big touch screen back here in the bedroom, and then you have a sliding, a slide out with a wardrobe, 3 drawers across the bottom, 3 cabinets on the bottom. Then you have a big closet here that has a metal clothing rod that goes all the way across to the other side. Again, Samsung TV, Bose sound bar. So you got a Bose sound bar here, one outside and one up there in the main area. Lots of storage, 3 drawers down here across the bottom. Everything just flows in so nice and neat. Now for the master bed. King size bed. Give you a view there. I think that's all the matching like decorative pillows and everything that came with this thing when it was new. So it's been very, very well kept up, maintained. Everything kept together. Has the built-in plug. You can see that has 2 USBs and a 110 outlet. So that's on each side of the bed. So if you're charging your watch or your phone or whatever you got, you've got good access to that. Back here in the master bath, I'm going to show you the shower last because that's the best part. Nice sink, vanity. Again, all matches throughout. Another Tecma toilet. You do have a window there, and then some cabinetry back here to store your toiletries or your washcloth or your toothbrush or whatever. A couple cabinet doors here. This is a drawer here, I think, kind of slides out over the toilet. Nice size sink. I like that. A little bigger than we see in some of them. And then the shower. Holy cow. Okay. 2-piece sliding glass door. Has the teak wood folding seat that folds down. All, hand laid, the rock, and then the grout and the shower. Matching like a backsplash that matches your kitchen. The ultimate setup for sure on the rain head. You can spray your belly button off or your chin, or just sit in there and I guess just let the hot water rain on you if you want, right? But that 600 Aqua Hot, you've got 150 gallons under the bed. So if you filled up before you left, and you got a little diesel fuel on the coach, it's continuous hot water. You can stand in this puppy for probably 2 hours and run hot water. All right, another little quick overview. Dual slides, opposing slides back here in the bedroom. King size in the master. This is a bath and a half. And by the way, the shower is massive in this thing as far as like dimensions. 3 roof airs, 600 Aqua Hot, central vac, heated floors. That's an important part I haven't mentioned. Heated floors. Has the big tile too. See how big those squares are? Beautiful porcelain polished tile. Has the kitchen up here on the passenger side with the dishwasher, stainless sink, 2-burner induction cooktop. Has the Samsung convection microwave, Samsung TVs, Bose soundbars, sleeps 4 plus 1 on the little love seat. Original manuals, keys, you name it, it's got it. So if you're in the market for a Renegade Ikon, this is a bargain. This is a nice low mileage coach that has a lot of the features really that even the new 23 models that we sold a few years ago had. Trades accepted. We deliver nationwide, financing available, and I'm ready to earn your business. So give me a call. Let's make a deal and get it done, right? All right. Again, Dylan Thompson, Chase Motorsports Coach and Trailer Sales in beautiful Paducah, Kentucky. Until next time, thank you for watching.